Hello, everyone. I'm nearly back to the land of living. That has been 2 weeks of laryngitis and a chest infection. Lots of shifts, lots of processing around the solar eclipse. And I know I'll be back 100% by the time the release happens in the full moon in Pisces next week. While I've been sick, I have been hooked on the Lindsay Clancy trial. Now, I'm not here to say whether he's guilty or she's guilty, whatever, right? But what I can observe is how every woman out there is invested in this court case, purely because we can see parts of ourselves in Lindsay. We can understand the overwhelm. We can understand the demands motherhood places on a woman. We can understand the disconnection and disassociation that comes from majority of husbands out there. Let's face it, the women carries all the emotions of the household. Um, and we can see the work, the trauma of having to go back to work, to constantly thinking of the welfare of our children. And that can be a tipping point for a woman's mental health. When I can't help thinking of my experience, I had a teenager, I had a 3 year old, a 1 year old, and then was pregnant on my fourth. And I had my own business. I had working full time as well. Um, and I was carrying everything. Like, as women, we carry so much. And if it's only bringing to the surface that we're of the awareness of what we're carrying, can you imagine underneath the surface everything else that we're carrying? All the energetic strands of people, emotions, our own trauma underneath the surface is what we're carrying too. So I feel a lot of women can relate to this, and that is why. And, you know, when I was suffering from mental health when I was pregnant, walking up to the mental health unit in Hollis Street was the most, it was a traumatic experience in itself, because there was the fear of, am I turning to my dad? My dad had manic depression, schizophrenia, but also, am I getting to a point where I can't pull back from this? Luckily enough, I have a very strong mental mind. So I'm able to find that strength within me, even though I was so overwhelmed, to pull back and start regulating myself. Not when many women know how to do that. And that's my purpose. That's my drive. Because there's a saying in this healing space, you can only heal clients to the depths of your own healing. And that's how I can help women out there. And this is just reinforced and really put the passion into what I want to do, is to help women out there. Is he guilty? Is she guilty? I'm going to leave that for the WhatsApp groups.